My name is Sydney Dreves. I'm from Arcadia, California, and I did my undergraduate here at Point Loma, transferring, and then graduating in 2015. And I was part of the second cohort in the MS Kin program, graduating 2016. I played soccer at Point Loma for one full season. And loved it. It was incredible, the relationships that I made and how much I grew as a person during that time. However, going into my second year, I had what turned out to be a career-ending hip injury, which was really difficult to go through. But again, with the support of my coach and teammates, made it through alive, and actually a better person. Through that, I was forced to learn what my identity was outside of an athlete and to kind of hone in on what I wanted for myself as a career and just as a young woman. So that was a really transformative time. Well, I'd finished my undergraduate. Sorry, did you ask for my undergraduate? For my graduate. Yeah. I finished my undergraduate and I couldn't think of anything else I'd want to do. So I figured, let's try master's. And Point Loma had just opened up the first cohort. So I applied, got in, and I think it really stemmed from my loss of sport, wanting to just figure out how I can take my passion for kinesiology and for injury prevention and turn it into a career. So my first exposure to it was in my undergraduate when I took structural kinesiology and biomechanics. But that course at the time was very much theoretical. We didn't have a lab on campus, so I really didn't know what it meant to be a biomechanist. Was interested in it, but it was a lot of physics, and that didn't interest me as much as the applied aspects of it. And then going into my master's program, I was again reintroduced to it through my second semester, where I took biomechanics with Dr. A, and fell in love with it. It gave me a bridge to link my passion for injury prevention in a very applied way, which I could then implement within the soccer team here at Point Loma, or even with helping Dr. A with his research. So I was looking at the effects of a neuromuscular device, which is basically just a neoprene sleeve, and the way that it was marketed was to increase muscle activation and of the hamstrings and quadriceps to then in turn reduce risk factors associated with ACL injuries. So my partner Marcus and I developed this research question and took advantage of the access we had to the women's soccer team here, and they were very receptive of it and gladly volunteered to help us out, and just learned a lot about how this device worked and how it didn't work, and from that just grew a lot, and that just deepened my passion for biomechanics. We looked at the effects of this brace on knee valgus angle and knee flexion angle, I believe it was. We also looked at muscle activity of the glutes and hamstrings. I believe it's been a while. But yeah, it was very interesting because I had never used any of that equipment before and was exposed to all this at once, and it was a lot, but so intriguing to me, and that kind of excitement is what gave me the motivation to go forward. I remember in the research methods class, Ted Vicky was like, if your thesis doesn't wake you up in the middle of the night because you're excited to collect data, you're doing the wrong thing. And I was like, that's crazy. That's never going to happen. I don't like research, but it did. Like, it was something I was that passionate about and made it easy.
Were you able to share some of your research?
I was, yeah. So I ended up publishing my research into the International Society of Biomechanics in Sport, and presenting it at a conference in New Zealand, which is in and of itself incredible. To get to travel abroad, to geek out on biomechanics with a bunch of other people. But it was really a unique opportunity to collaborate with other academics and other researchers to bounce ideas off them and just talk about what my goals were and how I should get there. Yeah, so when I graduated, I knew that I wanted to be in biomechanics. I was fascinated with it, and I was working at the Naval Health Research Center in their biomechanics lab, and loved it. I was looking for new opportunities and found a PhD position in Scotland, which was incredible. It was literally the exact program that I was hoping existed, and they were wanting to pay me to do it. So I was like, sign me up. Through a series of interviews, I was accepted for the position, and yeah, I'm just about to finish up. So my dissertation is on the effects of a fish oil supplement on exercise performance, fatigue, and how fatigue has a relationship with injury prevention, specifically ACL injury prevention. So it's a lot of physiology as well as biomechanics, but the biomechanics aspects that I'm looking at are knee flexion angle, knee flexion moment, knee valgus angle, knee valgus moment, as well as hip flexion upon landing in these dynamic tasks that are associated with ACL injuries. Hopefully submit my dissertation by Christmas and then be Dr. Dreves or Lee's in March. So I'm actually about to start teaching at Chapman University, which is very exciting. I'm teaching physiology and exercise physiology labs there, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, I hope to continue that and to eventually find my way back to biomechanics and just to develop research and to help students find their passion for research and find their passion and confidence in whatever it is that they're interested in. I would say first piece of advice would just to not be intimidated by it. It can be very daunting when looking at your year that you have it before you, but you will get there. You will succeed, and the faculty won't let you not succeed. But my biggest piece of advice would just to be to take advantage of the connections that your faculty and your classmates in your cohort have with the industry. I've been a part of Point Loma through my undergrad and master's, as well as I've been a part of other universities here in the States and abroad, and I have yet to encounter a faculty as well connected as the faculty here at Point Loma, and that is priceless, really. Yeah, I would just say, again, just make the most of your time here. It'll pass quickly, and you'll be looking back thinking, how the heck did I do that? But you did, and just enjoy the ride.